All right, good morning, everyone. We're gonna jump right into the charts today. I'm gonna basically just do our TA really quick, so just bear with me, and then we'll go over everything. You always want to make sure you do this right and you focus. Looks like we're not in as big of a range as we were yesterday, so it's a little bit nicer to work with. This part is getting taken, but it's getting taken right before our trading hours, so we're not too interested in that. This is the next point of interest, and then it doesn't look like anything else has been taken up here. This is 100% been taken right here. Hey Joshua, good morning. Good morning. You just got a new job? Hey, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Praise God. Praise God. Let's zoom in this chat. That way we can, it's not going to be too big at all, I don't think anyway, but we'll keep it like there. Praise God. I love to hear that, brother. I'm proud of you, for real. Zoom in some. This is really, we just got a bunch of buy side liquidity that hasn't been taken for the most part. But all the sell side's pretty much getting swept, right? So this point got swept. This point, I mean, I'm gonna delete these because they're already swept. We're not interested in them, but look at this side got swept. This side right here got swept. So like all the sell sides just getting taken, and even this right here got swept. But we haven't taken any buy side, so there's tons of buy side liquidity. There's no news today, but there is news Wednesday, and the news on Wednesday is CPI, and it looks like the core CPI month over month is neutral. The CPI alone month over month is slightly bullish for the dollar, which means euro would continue to drive down, which makes sense. And then the CPI year over year is a little bit bullish for the dollar. So that's probably why we're seeing price dropping like this. We're just going to hang out and wait. This is kind of what we're playing with right now. This is not a point of interest unless this candle closes with a higher low, and then we'll draw that on. But for right now, this is what we got, and we're just going to wait. We're just going to wait. How's everyone doing today? You guys already trade today? You waiting on your setups? What's going on? Joshua, you got a trading plan built out for January for when you do the prop challenge? I'm supposed to have it set up on X too, so the stream's supposed to go to X as well now. I don't know if it is. We will see. That'd be cool. It doesn't look like it did though. Does not look like it did. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Working on it currently, back testing, most parts done. Nice. What do you feel like is the hardest part to figure out when it comes to the trading plan? I'm just curious what your thoughts are. I can tell you, what I think's the hardest part, but I want to hear what you think the hardest part about a trading plan is. Because I know the one thing that literally changes everything. And it's the hardest to literally come to terms with. Got a good amount of people in here. I hope you guys are having a good day. What we're waiting for is we're waiting for some liquidity to be swept, and then we're looking for a very specific pattern. We're trading right now into the New York kill zone. We haven't got any news today, so we're just kind of waiting to see what price is doing. I am going to be trading a cash account alongside the prop account. Now, I did make that decision to start a little bit earlier this month and not wait until January. So the prop account, guys, is at we're up 2.5% right now. So we're at 51,285, and we need to get it to 55,000. So we just need 7.5% more. We've only been trading 1 week, and then the cash account I'm starting today. It is an 8K cash account. It's got $8,001 in there, and so we're gonna place the same trades on both, same exact thing. Just wanted to give you guys that update. That's why I've got this chart over here. You guys can see it is the Tasty FX, which is actually just IG, and you can see right here I've got the account. It's a Tasty FX account. I don't know why I just did that, but you can see live account, funds 8,000. So we deposited, and we're going to trade that account as well, just on TradingView. So I'll just execute here. If you're wondering why I've got Forex.com chart pulled up and this chart pulled up, well, when you drop down to the 1 minute, you'll see their chart is awful. It gaps all the time, and the candles just don't print clearly. So it's like it's not going to be a difference in pricing, but the candles just definitely don't print clearly. If you guys look at the spread though, the spread for IG is only 0.8 pips on euro, no commissions at all. When I was trading with Forex.com, you're not going to see it up here because we're not logged into an active account. When I was trading with Forex.com, it was 1.5 to 2 pips. Now this is 0.8 pips, no commissions. Like, that's insane. The fact that I was paying 1.5 pips in spread over the course of the last 4 or 5 months is disgusting. So I'm not too happy with them. Let me read the chat. Yeah, it's definitely tough. You can look like on the 4 hour at like weekly highs and weekly lows. Another good thing to do, let's just do it on this chart here. We'll go to like the daily in the 4 hour. Like, one thing I like to do is, if I'm trading the 4 hour chart and I want to know the market structure and maybe points of liquidity on the 4 hour, I'll mark up the same thing we've been doing, the wick structure on the daily, and then drop down to the 4 hour. So like, it's here, I'll be able to show you. Here's a perfect example of even a trade that worked out. So now we go to the 4 hour. You can see on the daily right here, price came up, grabbed liquidity, and then it ended up dropping. And then you can even just see, like, when price grabbed here, you have to wait though, maybe even drop to like the 1 hour or something. But if you look at the 4 hour too, you probably aren't going to want to wait for a full, I mean, this would be the true break right here, but then yeah, like, it's a little different when you trade the higher time frame, because you're waiting for so much longer for stuff to happen. But same concept, you could draw on like the daily wicks instead of like just the 15-minute wicks. It's all fractal, right? That's what I do when I swing trade, Josh, is I draw on the daily wicks and then I trade the 4 hour chart. But a little bit different of a style for what I'm doing on the when I day trade though. No, so What I do, Matthew, is I basically draw on points of liquidity through the market structure on the 15 minute, and then once I start tapping into a point of interest where price is grabbing liquidity, what I do is I drop to the 1 minute. Let's drop to the 1 minute over here, and what I'll do is I'll wait for price to give a reversal pattern, but it's not just this, right? So typically you're taught like, oh, you want price to, reverse like this. Well, I'm looking for a more like confirmed pattern of it breaking twice. And when it breaks twice, that's the extra confirmation. And then we're trying to go for 1-to-1, but we're trying to win like 8 or 9 out of 10, and we're trying to be super patient, super accurate. And I mean, we've only taken this style of trade this week and last week, so we just started the prop account last week. We're up 2.5%. We're gonna start the cash account today. So, but if you're in the Telegram too, let me see. I don't know how I'm gonna bring it over. Let's see something. Okay, yeah. So like this is an example, right? Yesterday's trade, we waited for this area to be swept, our point of interest, and then basically, I was talking to my mentor. I don't even. He was like, "Why in the world did you have your stop loss that big?" But for what I'm doing right now, I'm just trying to trade 1-to-1 and get very specific entries. It works, but until I work with him more on actually like better placement, that is the thing I was gonna say, Josh. The placement of your like getting into a trade, easiest thing to figure out in the world. When it comes to placing your stop loss and your take profit, that's the hardest thing in the world, right? It's like where to get in and when to get in, even is like super easy. But it's just like trying to figure out when to get out on each side is kind of difficult. So I've been trading with Euro US dollar. I've been trading it like all year, and I know that 15 pip take profit is like my goal on a daily basis. I know I can get that move pretty much any day of the week, no matter how much market's moving. I know I can, if we get in at the right spot, we can usually on a daily basis get 15 pips. And so that's like, that's my sweet spot. So until I get better with his technique, I'm not going to go for a bigger risk to reward. I'm going to let my trades breathe and give them 1-to-1. But I would say the goal is to be working towards a 1-to-3. Now that people jump into trading and they look up risk management, risk to reward ratios, the ideal risk to reward, and they tell you, like professional traders will tell you, it's 1-to-3. You want to be trading a 1-to-3. Um, that takes, in my opinion, a long time to work up to. Like I think you have to develop your skill at the lower risk to rewards, and you need to hit 7 or 8 out of 10 when it comes to 1-to-1s, and then you need to get to the point where you can maybe hit like 6 or 7 1-to-2s, and then like, but until you get some confidence, I don't think going for those high risk rewards is worth it, because statistically you have a very small chance of hitting, and unless you got a super accurate edge, and then which I think we do. I just need to figure out the stop loss placement that's safe long term. But also too, trading lower risk to reward and winning more often, it helps you to keep going, for sure. Yeah, Josh, that's the thing. Like that's what I like do too sometimes. That's like the best spot to put it. But sometimes, man, you get wicked out on that. Even like in this trade, like okay, that was a big stop, but that was just me going 1-to-1 with my take profit, trying to capture 15 pips. But sometimes you put your stop loss like right below there, it'll take it and then it'll go straight for your take profit. So it's like that's the type of stuff you gotta, and that's why in my opinion, trying to figure out where your stop loss is can be one of the hardest things, and because it's like you have to take all these things into consideration when you're going to be trading, you know, a certain plan for the next 4 weeks, right, for the month of December or whatever, and now you've got all these different moving pieces. Well, how are you going to feel? If you commit to putting your stop loss closer, how are you going to feel if you get wicked out 3 trades in a row and price runs to take profit? These are things you have to think about when creating your plan. So you have to now compensate in other areas. So, okay, if I'm going to, make a really tight stop loss, and I have a greater chance of getting wicked out and still being right, like that might frustrate me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to lower my risk. If I lower my risk and I get stopped out 3 times in a row, it's not going to be as big of a deal, right? But now if you're trading high risk and you get wicked out 3 times in a row, oh, you're going to be freaking out. Like, these are the things that people don't talk about when it comes to making trading plans. All the things you have to consider. It's super important. Super important to think about the way that you're going to handle situations when they come about in your trading plan. And so for me, right now, until I get more dialed in with, my entries have been insanely accurate lately, but I need to figure out a more accurate stop loss and take profit to capitalize on what I'm doing. But for me right now, my trading plan is simply one trade a day, 5 days a week, and just try to win 3 out of 5 at least, and then you win 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5. Now you're really profitable. So, all things into consideration. Yeah, Matthew, I think it's good for 1 to 2 as well. I think it's good for 1 to 2 with maybe a tighter stop. I don't even think moving the take profit. Like, I think a 15 pip take profit is perfect. Um, but like, even like, I haven't, I don't know. I would think I might have lost like maybe 1 or 2 more trades, in my back test in the past few weeks if I would have had a tighter stop. But I don't know. We'll be able. What I'm doing too, guys, is I'm screenshotting all my trades every day and putting them in like this file in this Telegram room, and I'm gonna be able to look back in time and see, okay, we didn't even have to have a big stop like that any of those times. We could have, easily gotten, a little bit more on our reward side, stuff like that. We'll be able to look back in time and see it all. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Keep this like zoomed in probably. Man, I'm so happy to be trading with a broker in the U.S. as well. That has a spread less than 1. It floats like between 1.8 and 1. All right, guys. So this is actually our next point of interest on the sell side. Price did, switch directions now. So this is kind of where we're at. This is where we're at. Let me bring this over for a minute. Read the chat. Yeah, making sure liquidity is taken before you enter. Yeah, 100%. One thing that I will say this, and I don't mean to talk you out of swing trading, Josh, because I think swing trading is powerful. I'll tell you one of the key factors in me, switching to day trading more, and it's super important for me, is because when I was swing trading, I wasn't always, sure when there was going to be the volume in the market, right? Like, there's going to be volume in the market, like when we're trading now and stuff, but it's like, your setup might come at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. It might come at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., might come when I'm asleep at 2 a.m. in the morning. And so one thing that I just love about day trading is I have a 2-hour window in the morning when I trade, and it's like, I know the markets are going to be moving. I know they're going to be moving during that time frame, and so I know that there's high volume when I'm trading. And that was one of the harder things for me to figure out during swing trading. You would almost have to like anticipate the volume with news events and try to get in, a little bit before, and hopefully you could swing with the news and stuff like that. And I don't know. It's a whole different game, a whole different game. But that was one thing that helped me when I switched to day trading, is I always got, like, I knew there was going to be action. I knew there was going to be action when I traded. if this candle closes with a lower high, that will be an area we mark up to. But for the time being, we're going to leave it as it is. So I don't know how the stream looks to you guys. It was, you know, I've been messing around with different overlays and whatnot. And so I've got it set up kind of cool how I want it now, because we got the chat on the screen and then we could see how many people are watching in the top left. So I'm sure there's more cool stuff I could add to it, but I just wanted to up it a little bit. Plus, I think it's supposed to be streaming on X as well, but I don't know what's going on with that. Must not connect it or something. Unless it is, and I'm just not seeing where it goes live. Let's see. Yeah, Matthew, this is my drawn on liquidity. So a lot of people draw on liquidity based on like the high of the day, the high of a certain session, the high of the week, or the low of the week, or highs and lows of these different areas that I just described. But the way I do it is a little different. It's purely based on the candlesticks and the ranges. So I know this kind of looks messy right now, but if you look past all the noise, we really see a clean picture here, right? And essentially we're waiting for these points, because these are points where people are putting their stop losses beyond them. I really think there's a lot of stop losses in this area right now, where these lines get heavier and all that. So we'll see how price starts to play out. The thing about the way we trade is we don't make any decisions. It literally tells us when to jump, and then we just jump. That's all. So if we could get a sweep of this low, I mean, we'll easily get our move to the upside if we get the formation on the 1 minute after. Yeah, nice clean move for sure. And then we'll launch that trade on the cash account too today. Send 2.4 lots out. The cash account's just kind of right here in this panel. Mark it right here like this. No, we'll make it a little bigger, because just trying not to have the screen too cluttered. Yesterday, guys, we waited 2 hours for our setup, and if you guys were here for it, you guys were troopers being patient with me, but we got it. I mean, that was the trade I even showed you guys here. It was this trade. We waited 2 hours, because you can see in the light gray here where it starts. We sat here and waited 2 hours, and where the light gray ends, that's the end of our trading hours. So we entered right before. It almost didn't even give us a setup yesterday. It almost didn't. But it was worth the wait, for sure. $100% worth the wait. Candles are printing kind of weird right now, but this one, I mean, we got 7.5 minutes, so anything can happen, but it's about to be 9 o'clock, and then this candle is we're gonna have a smaller range right here. Oh, guys, by the way, I don't know what's going on with this. Um, oh yeah, YouTube did almost shut down the video yesterday for the lo-fi we put on. Almost shut it down. They almost shut down our video or our live stream for the lo-fi. 6 of the songs got like copyright strike. There wasn't like a strike against my channel, but they were all like a bunch of emails came in about these copyrights. Yeah, so I said if you guys are in the Telegram, I said I'm not gonna. Oh, 1 second, I gotta email or get a text really quick for work. Yeah, Josh. Okay. Oh yeah, so I said I'm done sending signals, but for those of you who watch the stream, once we get funded, I'm not doing anything until we get funded. But if you guys, you know, want once we get funded, I'll probably do a separate stream signals. Not like that. The idea is not for it's just to be for the people in the stream to have kind of like the trades and whatnot, and we can create like kind of like a backlog, and I can put my charts there too. But I'm not doing that until we pass the funded account because it's not of value to you guys right now. I mean, yeah, we're up 2.5%, and we're doing well, but it's like unless these trades get this account funded, they're not going to be of much value to you guys. But if they are, then it's like, okay, you guys can see it's effective. And then it's like, I'll give you guys the trades in a more private group for those of you guys who are watching the streams and participating. Good morning, John. Good morning. It's good to see you in here. How are you doing today? But yeah, if we can get funded with these trades, I would give them to you guys in like a private chat if you guys wanted them. And it would be like if you couldn't make the streams every day or whatever. Yeah, Matthew, I made a video. It's 45 minutes long. I took my time clearly to break down everything. And what I do in the video, I haven't posted it yet. It's private. I said I was gonna post it if we got funded and stuff with it because I don't want to put something out too early, right? But I don't know if you've been on the stream where I was talking about um, how I've kind of had a breakthrough moment recently, and things just kind of it's like it was like a different breakthrough. I've had many breakthroughs, but this is like different this time. I can't explain it, but it was just like something clicked, and I knew deep down that like trading is never gonna be the same again. Like it clicked for me, and I put together a whole video, the only video I've ever done like this, 45 minutes long, and it explains everything, and not just like the how to trade the strategy, but it explains why I believe that it makes sense and why I believe it works, right? And like there's different pieces of a strategy, and I really think that the reason trading takes so long to get good at is because we have to learn how to think about the market, right? Like you can't just create a strategy and not understand it, because if you don't understand why it should work, you're not going to believe it's going to work, and you're not going to trade it long enough. I know that from firsthand experience. Like, there's some strategies that we've all built, and we just know that they're a little bit of gambling, right? Like, we'll build out a strategy and we'll say, oh, I'm gonna pick this at that, and da da da. It's like, but you know deep down it's based on you guessing right, right? But this time around it's different. It's not based on me guessing right. It has real institutional reasoning for why we should win our trades. Like, we have real reasons we should win our trades. And in my opinion, we've been able to put something together where we can identify when the institutions are giving us the confirmation that they're going to take price a certain way. And so I really believe the next 3 to 6 months are going to be game changing. I believe we're going to get funded, we're going to get payouts. I believe we're going to grow this cash account significantly alongside it, and we're just going to scale for the next 3 to 6 months. And the idea is, the people who join on the live streams and watch it all happen, I want to be able to just, give them that video. It's a private video. I want to give them, eventually the trades and stuff too through a more private room, all for free. Listen, guys, I'm not planning on ever selling anything when it comes to trading. I believe that I'm going to make all my money trading, right? And if you guys ever start to see me sell anything, then you know that trading didn't work out. The fact, like, I mean, sure, people want to sell, like, mentorships and help people, but it's like, if you're really making it trading, just help people. You know what I mean? Like, because, I mean, you can make tons of money from courses and mentorships, but you can't make as much as you can trading. You cannot make as much as you can trading. And I think a big problem for a lot of these people is they didn't stick around long enough to get good at trading, but they stuck around long enough to know enough about trading to start selling it. And so what it does for these people, and it's kind of sad, because these people spent years trying to figure out trading, and they couldn't figure it out, and so they ended up selling it. And what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of these mentors, and like, I have a lot of experience in the industry, and I understand a lot of what's going on, and a lot of these people couldn't figure out trading, but they spent 4, 5, 6 years and couldn't make a single dollar from it, and so they resulted in selling it. But what happened is they probably were pretty close to their breakthrough in trading, but instead they decided to start selling it, and they stopped trading, and they started selling courses and all of this, and they gave up. And so, like, while they think, oh, now they're making tons of money from courses, they're really probably making pennies on the dollar compared to what they would have been making if they would have kept with trading, right? But there's some people out there who's really trading like that. And that's the motivating thing to keep you going, right? Yeah, I'm excited for the stream too. We've got a good thing going here, a good group of people. Yeah, so yeah, I guess the idea behind it is it's just like it's sad more than anything else. They're human too, and they just yeah, I mean, like, I think it's just really there's a lot of moments, the closer we get to our success in trading, uh, there's going to be a lot of resistance, a lot of opposition, because think about it, you're starting to break away from the 95%, right? And so uh, I think our trading journeys, they're not random, right? It's not coincidence. The closer we get to breakthroughs, the more it feels like things fall apart. But on the other side of things falling apart every single time, it might be a week later, it might be a month later, you achieve a new level in trading. It's the craziest thing. It really is. Every single time that I thought, man, I'm done, I quit, I can't go any further, just on the other side of all of those moments, all of those, like, dark days when it comes to trading, just on the other side of every single one of them, I step into, like, a new level. Like, it's the weirdest thing. And it's just a matter of you breaking down completely. And then for whatever reason, a few days later or whatever, it's like something else clicks. And then something else clicks. And then it's like stuff starts to come together. All right, we've got this range though. This is valid for us to pay attention to, guys. All of this sitting up here, we'll see. if price does come and sweeps this, it might not give us our pattern until it sweeps some of this up higher. But if it does, you know, we'll take price down. Price is pretty bearish to begin with, and CPI expected a little bullish for the dollar. So I mean, if we get our pattern on the smaller time frame, like this right here on the 1 minute, we'll definitely take price shorter if price wants to come up and tap into here. But yeah, you want to know what a real trader looks like? Like, you guys have to check out Trader Tom, and I found out about him by his book, The Best Loser Wins. And honestly, if you guys haven't read The Best Loser Wins, you got to read it. But this guy, he's a real day trader. I mean, he makes insane amounts of money, and he's got a whole website. He's got a signals room. He's got everything. Guess what? It's all for free. Why? Because he's really making money trading. He's really trading. All right, price hasn't tapped this yet. It looked like it did. We'll go back to the 15-minute until it actually does, and then we'll zoom down. But yeah, Trader Tom, he's a real trader. He's one of the people that I was able to see, and I was like, okay, he's really doing it. This is really possible. He's one of the few people that are actually like doing it publicly, and the fact that at least one person is means that I can do it. But you come across, that's the worst part about, you know, everyone faking it, is not that, you know, they're taking your money. Like, that's bad. Like, that's partly our problem too, right? Giving it to them. But the the biggest problem with it all is the fact that, you know, it breeds doubt. It breeds doubt. It makes us think it's not even possible, right? That's the worst thing they're doing. See, I don't know what's going on with these candles, because this on IG, it just swept, but we did not sweep on Forex.com. I've been trading Forex.com's candles forever, so I'm going to stick with trading them. I don't know what IG's got going on. It's going to be alright, though. We'll be alright. Alright, I'm taking out this high right now on the 1 minute. Now we're going to wait for a very clear pattern before we get in. Now this pattern is going to either appear right around here, or it's going to give just a few false breaks and go higher. But now that it's taken this high, we technically have you know, everything we need to go lower now, right? We have liquidity to go lower. Now there's a lot more liquidity sitting higher, but we're gonna just wait and see the you know, the pattern it prints us, right? But we can start marking up, you know, exactly what we're looking at here. So we draw the wicks on here as well. We don't need to do it right now though, because it's not even close to printing any type of pattern. But so I'm gonna the red chart over here, just again, we're gonna have that up to place our trade on the cash account. For those of you who joined more recently, we're gonna start trading it today actually. I was just doing a prop account, but there's no point in not earning while we trade it. I think earning while you're trading a prop account is actually helpful, because you can, like, if you know, even if you trade a smaller cash account, right? If you make 10% on a prop account to get funded, but it's like you spent a month doing that, it helps to make some money along the way, right? So that's what we're doing. But then we're up 2.5% on the cash account. For those of you who are just joining, we're up to 51,285, and we're going to continue to take that higher. I'm kind of happy we got, liquidity's already been touched in the first half hour of trading because we waited so long yesterday with nothing. With nothing until 2 hours in. That's what it takes some days. It's not like that every day. Some days you might not even get the setup. So I'm just happy we were able to get a setup. We've got some time before this prints. I'll be right back, guys, but we're basically looking for our setup within the next like 5 to 10 minutes. It should give us that formation. All right, we're about to get that false break. You guys think I'm slacking while I'm out? I'm not. You can't see it. I got the charts up on my phone. We just got the false break though, so that's the first part of this, right? And now we're basically waiting for a true break. So this is, or I mean, if this candle closes like this, guys, this is going to be the false break. And then we're gonna wait for a second break because unless we get a second break, we're still in an uptrend. You guys were about to see the whole setup form without me. Yes, sir, always with the charts. So this isn't even a false break. It didn't even close below, but we'll keep tracking our candles because this is the point we need to break for the first break. Price is extremely bearish. Could it come a little bit higher before dropping further? It could. Up into here, but we'll see. We're just waiting for the candles to tell us what to do. We don't want to see price break above there, because then you could see price would be trending the other way. Now we're going to need something like this. Yeah, the way candles are printing right now, people are probably getting faked out trying to go short way too early. Correct. Yeah, Brandon, I wait for it to sweep liquidity. Now I know that it has the potential to drop. Like now that we've taken this point of liquidity up here that was of interest to me, now I know that okay, now my trade would have, basically what it needs to go short, but I want to wait for that institutional confirmation, which is a false break leading to a true break before I actually decide to make that move. So you can see how the candles are printing based on the highs and lows. Right now, we didn't even have, this is why, price is probably just going to fake out some people before it decides to go short. But this is important, guys, right? Because that means if they just tried to fake people out to go short, right? And people put their stops above here, and like, let's say this gets taken out now. We know that if they're faking people out to go short to take more stop losses here, that basically means that they're going to make the real move happen shortly after. And that's why we wait for the confirmation. If there's fake moves, that means a real move is probably around the corner, because what else are they faking people out for other than they need more stops before they actually make the move? And if they need more stops before they make the move, they're going to get those stops before they make the move. And then this is where everyone's going to be, and this is what I've been in the same boat for so long. Man, I was right about the trade, but I was early. I went right to where I said it was going to go, but I was early. And that's why waiting for the true break is like that missing piece of the puzzle for us. Because we're not getting caught in this, right? Like, the price definitely swept liquidity, and it even looked like it, started to break downwards. But look at now. What did we just say? Everyone's stop losses are taken. So now if the pattern actually forms right after this, I mean, it's got, even more power to go down. We'll see if it starts to create it now, but we can delete all of this because this has nothing to do with the pattern anymore. Now we're going to basically wait for it to form here, because price, tried to form, a pattern going down right here like this. It failed to, and then it started actually going higher. So until price starts going down again, we don't even need to track this, because none of this, we're not waiting for like this to break, right? We're waiting for like price to actually form like this and break. So the only thing really of interest right now would be the low of this candle. So let me do this false break, true break, and then save this as liquidity. So yeah, patiently waiting. Same thing as yesterday. You could see candles are now going lower. But yeah, I mean, we could get our, if this candle, if we close below this candle, that would be our false break. So then again, it could fake people out again and go higher. But if this false break leads into a true break, that's when we know, okay, they're probably ready to take price lower. And then if we're just going for 15 pips, that might be, just busting through the bottom of this range right here. Which I think we could easily get. Right, because if we look at the 15-minute, I mean, let's try to get rid of everything. If you look at the 15-minute, people are definitely going to try to buy this back up, right? They're going to think price is reversing and whatnot, and people are just going to be stacking stop losses down here. So we 100% could break lower through that, especially with CPI projected to be strong for the dollar like it is. In that anticipation, you know, that forecast is 100% getting baked into price, and it's going to continue getting baked into price until the actual folder comes out. Then once the folder comes out, it can do whatever it wants to do. The news is more important. The forecast of the news is more important, in my opinion, than the actual release itself. Especially like the first few days before CPI and whatnot. But we got a nice buy Monday, but that was 2 days before CPI. CPI's tomorrow. We got a nice buy yesterday. And honestly, if you guys saw the chart afterward, we picked it perfectly. Because it did start to reverse a few pips after take profit got hit. It started to reverse. Let me show you guys too. Because we hit TP. It started to reverse. It was after hours, right? And TP was hit like, you know, maybe I think like right here. But look at it, same thing happened. And I was talking about it. If this point got broken through, we were going to see a false break and a true break up here. And then look at we did. And price, you know, shortly after, it just melted. That's neither here nor there right now, but because I was way after our trading hours, but we were talking about that potentially happening, and it did. It just did after we were done trading for the day. Plus, we, you know, wouldn't have taken the trade anyway after our trading hours, but it was kind of cool to see what we were talking about played out. Take profit got hit, and then price reversed exactly how we were talking. You see how it's so important to wait for this confirmation? Because people are like, man, we got stopped out right here. It's like, okay, let's re-enter right here. And then watch. Let's see if if their stops get taken. They're just printing price to take your stops. That's how this works. They print stuff that makes you want to put your stop in a certain spot, and they take it. They just take it. And that's how they get the ability. And it's not like they want to manipulate us. It's just that they need the money. They need the liquidity to make these bigger moves happen. And the only way to do that is through these algos that work together to basically bring price to certain points to gather that liquidity before these bigger players put their money in the market. So this is how we're printing right now, guys. We haven't even got a false break. I only consider it a false break if it's actually closed, not just wick through. So these I wouldn't even consider false breaks. And now I wouldn't even have this line on here. I would have it right here. Now if price breaks through here and closes, that's our first false break. Oh yeah, I gotta move that over some. Let me see. Chat's probably really small. That's gonna be messy. I probably didn't think this through. That'll be small, but we probably won't be able to read it. But it looks kind of cool to have on there anyway. Alright, you can see these candles are closing in the opposite direction. Now we're starting to go lower. Oh man. I'll tell you what though too. This is super important. When you've got a strategy that you just believe in so much and you're confident in, and you like, I don't know, like this strategy that we're talking about, we've got like that institutional confirmation. We know we're playing with concepts that the institutions are playing with. It's like, I believe that because people always say, and this is what I'm trying to get at, people always say that, waiting and being patient and trading's hard. It's not though if you know you're waiting for a setup that's very likely to make you money. And it becomes super easy when you know that if you don't wait, you're pretty much gonna pay, pay the markets um, for your impatience, right? So it becomes easier to wait for like while all this is happening, right? We swept liquidity how many minutes ago? Let me see. Almost 20 full minutes ago we swept liquidity, and now it's still nothing's happened. But at the same time, we know that once we get that confirmation, price will probably start to move. It'll probably start to take off for us. But it's like waiting in the midst of this. People are like, "Oh, it's so difficult. You got to develop all these. You got to reprogram." It's like, no, you just need to believe that your strategy is going to make you money, and it needs to make sense for why the markets actually move the way they do. And then you're not going to have any problem waiting, right? You're going to want to do nothing other than wait. Yeah, Matthew, it's take I've been trading 3 years and like 5 months, and I got it written up there. I found out about this, or the false breaks and true breaks last week. So this the last few weeks, I got a mentor that's been working with me. He's been trading 9 years. So I've tried it for the last 3.5 years. I've tried to figure it all out on my own, and it's gone well, right? If you guys were watching the channel actually, last like 4 months, I was doing signals, and we went on a 12-week win streak and made back everything that I had ever lost in trading and some. Um, but it was pretty discretionary, and I got to a point where I was like able to just see what the markets were doing each day. But then the elections came out, and it kind of just tossed things up in the air. Um, and I lost for 2 weeks in a row, and I was like, I was done. I was like, man, I was just lucky. I went on a lucky win streak, and I can't really do it. All the negative thoughts, and I was went to a conference. They talked a bit about getting a mentor, and I've always been against getting a mentor. Why? I don't know. Just my ego or my pride, and but by the grace of God, God actually brought one into my life without me even, trying. I didn't reach out to him. It was just through a, previous connection I had, and they've been trading over 9 years, and they're in the UK, and they were like, just willing to help me. They just started asking me where I was at on my journey and everything, and they were just like, they asked me to send them over how I trade. I sent him over, how I trade. He's like, you trade nearly identical to me. There's just a few things that we need to tweak. It's gonna be a super easy fix. And then he started telling me about this extra confirmation and stuff like that. He's been on top of me about because I send him my trades and stuff every day about my risk management. He wants me to get to the point where I'm putting a tighter stop and doing 1 to 3 risk rewards and stuff like that because he's hitting 1 to 4s on a weekly basis, and he has a high hit rate. Like the guy's like 60% for like 1 to 3s and 1 to 4s, and he's just a beast when it comes to managing his trade too. So I'm trying to learn that, but in the process, we went on a 12-week win streak just doing 1 to 1s and winning 3 out of 5 a week, sometimes more. So I was like, I'm gonna take the concepts and I'm gonna keep trading 1 to 1 until I really get locked in and we get a payout, and get funded and gain some momentum, and then I'm gonna start to dial in and put the stops in better spots to take profits in better spots, manage the trade. But it's a learning process. So one thing I'm not doing is I'm not trying to jump into it and try to be him. Right? He's been trading 9 years. I've been trading 3.5. Even though 3.5 is a long time, it's not 9 years, right? So I'm not gonna try to just jump into being exactly how he is. when I've been trading this way profitably for a while. He's just trying to take me to the next level. So that's when I started learning. To answer your question, that's when I started learning about the false breaks, the true breaks. Up until then, I didn't even know that there was such thing as a false break and a true break. All I knew was that this was a change of character, right? And this is not a change of character. This is a false break. And what happens is people put their stops like right above here, and then price takes them out, and they wonder why. And it's like, the thing is though, sometimes this change of character, it does work, and price starts to just go straight down. But until we get that extra confirmation of that break right here, we don't know for sure, right? But we do have a much higher chance when it breaks a second time, like a significantly higher chance of our trade playing out if it breaks a second time. We can get rid of that. We can kind of get rid of all of this. We're really dealing with just this closest area of interest right now, until price starts collapsing through here. We're consolidating here. What could end up happening is price could end up shooting up and then giving us the pattern to go lower. We'll see though. We're waiting within here too to see what price is gonna do. If it breaks higher, we're gonna wait for maybe like this area to be played around in, but we're gonna see if we can't get a false break and then a true break. Once again, if it doesn't close below here, it's not a false break in my opinion. But if it does, it is. But at the same time, I'm not getting in on the false break. Remember that, guys. It's just the very first part of our formation. The very first piece. It's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. Hey, Lewis, I'm looking for sells, and I'll show you. I'll show you why. Because we're sweeping this, whenever you sweep the swing points on the buy side, you're looking to go the other way, and on the sell side you're looking to go the other way. So we're sweeping higher, so we're looking for price to go short, but we haven't even got a false break yet, not even one. We've been watching it for 25 minutes now, ever since price tapped out like right here. So you see we swept high, and now we're looking for price to go low, but it just hasn't given us that yet. It hasn't. You could see the same thing as yesterday. We could get the false break and true break in one candle. This could be considered a boring part of trading, but one thing though that helps with waiting this much is taking one trade a day. Because like if you and just picking a smaller time window to trade in, it becomes super easy, because now we're only trading 2 hours a day at tops. So it's like, there used to be days I would pick a 4 or 5 hour window of trading, and I would sit there for 4 or 5 hours, setup wouldn't come or whatever, and it was like, and lose your trade. It's like, that's upsetting. So I think condensing the time frame that we trade in, and then ultimately taking one trade a day, makes it super sustainable. Look at guys, this is why we wait. This is why we wait. This is why we wait. What did we say just a second ago too? That stops were probably above this this high here. And that, what are they doing? They're literally printing on price for people's stops to get taken. For people to put stop losses in certain spots. They just got more stops, so let's get rid of all of this. Draw on. We need to get a cleaner picture right now. So right here. This is what we're looking at right now. And as you can see, this is not even like, this is strictly bullish, right? Not even a little bit bearish yet. Not even a little bit bearish. I'm happy the match trader chart just always stays on. Like it never like gives me problems. As much as I don't like the platform. As much as I don't like it, it never gives me problems. Somehow the stream didn't get connected to the X platform. I wonder why. Huh. We'll keep waiting, team. Yeah, it's 9:35, so there should be some money kicking into the market now. New York Stock Exchange is opening and whatnot. As soon as I say that, price starts moving. So this would be just a false break, right? I'm not looking at this. That's old news, right? This line is going to be our first point of interest, our first break, our false break. Just keep price like that right now. We're looking for price to pull back a little bit and then give us another break, and then we'll go short. Oh, price hasn't even tapped into 1.05 yet. That could be where price is going to next. That round number. Alright guys, we got our first break, our false break. Now we're going to wait for price to pull back some, give us another break, and then we're going to go short. So this candle, we haven't actually got any confirmation yet. They give a fair value gap. We're not trading it, but it is a good sign to pay attention to. False break. Honestly though, we actually don't want price to come back below here yet. We want price to stay above. We want it to make a higher low right now. If it makes a higher low, then price actually officially ends here and then comes up here like this. And you'll see what I mean, because then this can actually be a swing point. But right now it's not actually a swing point, as the candles are continually going lower. Now if this candle doesn't go lower, then now we actually have a new low down here. If we go to the 15-minute though, we could see right here, candles just going higher and higher. Just keep that on. Okay, yeah, so this could be our true break if price breaks below here now. Price breaks below here. That would be our true break. But we wait for that. You can see the candles have flipped. And now we wait. I'm just getting in on the breakout candle if we get it. This could be the move that we've been waiting for all morning to happen. Candles haven't gone any higher, so now we draw on lower. I hope this, if you guys have any questions too, let me know. I hope this process makes sense. I try to explain it every day. That way you guys get familiar with my ideology and how we're trading the market and why we're looking for what we're looking for. Price is done shifted again. I'll move this here. Price breaks here, we'll get in. The same setup we saw on what day was that? Oh yeah, the same type of collapse we saw on the 6th, which I think was Friday. I'll show you guys. It was this trade, you saw how it like formed a low, came up, pulled back, then broke that low. We'll see though. It looks like it's going the other way now. The first one was a false break just because it was our first break, right? So that was our very first break. And it's a false break because it's the first break is always just like to, you know, in my opinion, to fake people out unless it's followed by a true break. Now, like we can see that being the case if now price comes up and takes this out, because we haven't seen a true break. Now price very well could come up and take people out right here, right? And if that happens, that's why that would be considered a false break and why we didn't get in yet. And now if people get taken out up here though, and then price comes up maybe to this area and then gives us our pattern, oh, that's going to be a beautiful trade. But now we can see clear as day now though that that's no longer a false break or anything, because now price is now broke to the upside. So we would want, you know, basically our pattern to restart. It very well could take people out right up here though, because of that. Yeah. So we're gonna wait for it to reprint, because that whole thing, it didn't hold ground. No, I'll leave that up here, just see if it ends up doing what we think, and taking people out even further. It turns into a game of accuracy. Alright, the candles are going a little bit lower now. We're gonna keep waiting, guys, because it's gonna be worth it. If it gives us the pattern, we're gonna know we got in at the right time. But we would have been stopped out on 3 different trades not waiting for this confirmation. Right? Look at even this fair value gap trade. Fair value gap even failed. You know what I mean? False break failed. Like, everything's failed. Like, people entered here, got stopped out. People put their stops here, got stopped out. People entered down here, they're getting stopped out. It's like people got in on the fair value gap, getting stopped out. So it's like, that's why we wait. That's why we wait. And it makes it so powerful, because when we actually do get the trade, we're able to see that we're literally on the sides of the institutions, because what's it do? After a long period of consolidation, almost after we get in, it goes straight in that direction. Why? It's because they've shown their hand. They put their hand out there. Let's see the lows here. Low. These lows are equal, so I'm not interested in this being a low. This is going to have to be the exact same, and we're going to keep going lower. So this is not any type of break. So this is where we're at right now. That's just a personal preference. It could be looked at the other way, but for me, I see that, if it's a equal low, then we continue going lower, like this. Now we could still get the pattern within here, but if we look at what the candles are doing themselves, you can see it's bullish right now. We're bullish, right? We're not bearish. This is how people get faked out, because they're looking at these candles. Create a lot of noise if you don't know how to look at them from highs and lows purely. They create so much noise, and it ends up just draining your account. Like, if you're not reading the candles from a perspective like this, it's just too much noise. Let's go to the 15-minute though, because we did just get a candle close. Yeah, it closed higher up there. So I mean, maybe we do get the pattern to come sooner than later. Candles are just going lower at this point though right now. We'll keep it on the previous candle. Right now, I guess this would be, our false break. We're gonna write it on every time, but we will put FB. Let's go to the right. No, we'll keep it on top. So this would be our immediate false break if price can close below here, and then if we get another break, then now we're gonna be into our trade for the true break. But we're still bullish, guys. Even if it closes below here, we're still bullish until we get that final confirmation. All right. Now, do I think we're gonna get it just yet. I'm not sure because I don't know why price is moving down off of this, right? I don't think it necessarily took any liquidity. I might be wrong, but as of right now, it looks like price might come back up higher. Unless it shows us that false break and true break. Right now, it looks like price is coming here. We swept liquidity about a half hour into our trading day, but now we're over an hour and 15 minutes into our trading day, and we've been playing around at this liquidity the entire time. The entire time. Look at where's price gone? Where's price gone? We got 40 more minutes for our trade to show us its hand for us to be able to get into our trade. But after 10:30, we're not taking any trades. But yesterday we waited in 7 minutes before our trading hours ended. Our trade showed. So I think it will show. I think this is the trade that has been building up all morning. Like we can see it. They've been getting ready for this trade all morning, and they're going to take out as many people before they're going to take that actual trade. But I think we're gonna get it. I think we'll get it soon. I really do believe we're gonna get the sells. This is gonna be our false break. This is gonna be our false break right here. Yeah, that's our false break. Candles are still technically going lower. That candle did go lower than the previous by 1/10 of a pip. Now we wait for a true break. Now price might not be coming up here anymore. Now we wait for a true break. And then we have the best trade of the day, in my opinion. There's not a better trade of the day to take, in my opinion. So, and it's crazy seeing this. It's like the market, you're almost watching the market prepare for a trade. Like, it's the weirdest thing ever. You probably never heard anyone say that before. It's like all morning we've been watching the market prepare for a trade and seeing how it was showing us over and over again. It's not ready yet. It's not ready. It's not ready. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Now, watch this. So, if price makes a higher low here, then this is going to be a valid line to put our true break, and we'll just get it ready right there. If that's a valid line for our true break, and especially after, it looking like it's grabbing liquidity like that, we could 100% get shorts. We just don't want this candle to close lower, because then it looks like price will start driving down without us, right? Oh, it looks like it did go lower, so that's why we continue to wait, because we don't want to get in just on a false break, right? Because price still could technically go like this, right? And take everyone out. And we're not going to be a part of that. We're not going to be a part of that, so. It's kind of nice still having the 15-minute chart up over here, though. Even though this is just mainly there for me to take a cash account trade. I'm not worried though about where we get in, as long as price doesn't go all the way down here. Really right here, as long as we get our true break before price gets in here. Alright, because that's a 15-minute point of interest. And then we'd be looking for buys. But I think he'll blow right through that if we can get our formation before. Price is just melting right now. but we're still playing off the buy side liquidity being taken. None of this has been touched or swept, so we're not looking for anything other than sells right now. And I'm cool with it going through all that because, this is not every trade's going to work, but I think mainly the first one that happens in the New York kill zone is the most powerful. So that's why we want this trade to happen. Like, if we can get this candle to not close lower, that's going to be the best thing that happened to us. All right, now we've got a place where we can enter. All right, this is the true break if price closes below here now. But if it doesn't, and you guys watch price go all the way up here and sweep everyone, you're going to see exactly why we waited. But if it hits that true break, we're going to see the sell-off. We're going to see the sell-off for sure. Let's zoom in some. An hour and a half in. I gotta be ready. Falling asleep. You guys can see this candle's just going higher right now. And no, it seems like we're getting in late, but it's like, it's just not the case. We're getting in right on time. Everyone else is just early. Sometimes you get paid to be early, but oftentimes you lose being too early in trading. And we're on the 1 minute too. So like this is not like a massive amount. It's like 8 pips, right? We're looking for a 15 pip move for the day. And we're looking to get in at the most precise time that 15 pip move is going to happen. Let's see if this candle closes below. No, it looked like it was pushing for it though. Oh, did it close? Oh, no, it didn't. It didn't. I had to zoom in. We were about to start firing off trades. Alright, we'll keep this zoomed in. If this breaks down lower here, we're going to short on our cash account and on our prop account. I got the match trader account pulled up on the other screen. That was about the closest thing to price closing below. It looked like it did. Keep waiting though. Jeez, when that candle just skipped like that, my heart was beating. You saw though, guys, how that like happened, and then I zoomed in really quick to check. Guys, do that stuff. It's okay to be like a pip or two late to your trade to check that stuff, because this might not be a trade at all, right? And we would have been in. We would have been married to it once we were in, because I wouldn't have got out. I wouldn't have got out. You know what I mean? Like that's the stuff that like can mess you up. Make sure we're still logged in. We are logged in. I'm gonna launch the trade on the cash account first and then jump over to the prop account. The cash account's a little more important to me. If price closes lower. Nope. Nope. One more minute to wait. You guys see why we wait? Look at this. This is why we wait. Now they could very well just be building up some stops right here, but just to give it more power when it goes down, but I don't know. It looks like it might flip. It might flip. It might flip. It flipped. It flipped. Yo, what? I gotta go to the settings, go to trading, and make it pips, not money. Dang, is price really coming up like this? We just got the true break. It's alright, we're going for a 15 pip stop and 15 pip take profit. It's alright though. We just got the confirmation, so we're gonna get everything plugged in. Why does it say ticks? Is that 15 pips? Yeah, that's 15 pips. Alright. It just went from pips and ticks. Alright, let's put our parameters on. What price do we get in on our prop account? 19.9. Right here. Sell signal, true break. Yeah, I think price is gonna go down to 1.05 anyway. And I think it's gonna try to go there before CPI. This is our trade. Let me put the profit level on. Take profit. Alright, save. Let me put the stop level on. Alright, this is our trade, guys. I'm gonna jump over to the chat in a second here. We waited all morning for this. Make sure. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys too. The prop account. We're in the prop account as well. You guys can see stop loss above here at 15 pips. Take profit below here at 15 pips. I'm risking 2% to make 2% today. Alright, let's jump back. You're the best, finger red #1. Who's cat lover? Who's cat lover? Do I know you? Have you been? I don't know if I've seen you in the streams before. Guys, that was a little scary when price went against us like that, but look what's happening now. After that true break, look what's happening now. What's happening? The institutions showed their hand. Now, are we going to get our full 15 pip move? I think when the institutions show their hand, they're going to get at least 15 pips. Like I said, I think we're going to go to, we did sweep these lows, but CPI is bullish for the dollar tomorrow. Ultimately, I think price is going to 1.05 flat, that quarter level, in preparation for CPI, and then it might play around there all day today. All day today. Who is Cat Lover and who's we? Who's we? I don't know everyone by their their YouTube names. The past 2 days, there's been yo Josh, good to see you, brother. Yeah, we just got in. There was a sharp reaction once we got in this trade. You could see it on the 1 minute. Price just spiked up, right? And so that's another reason too. I want to have a good stop loss, because it's like, what if we would have put our stop like right above this high? It's like we got it wicked out immediately. Like we gave it some breathing room. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We're gonna hang out on stream and just let the trade ride. What we're doing essentially though is we're flipping a coin, right? We're flipping a coin with institutions. Heads we win, tails we lose. It's a 1-to-1 risk to reward. That's what I mean by a coin flip. Now, when I say it's a 1-to-1 risk to reward and we're flipping a coin, at the same time though, we have an edge, a significant edge, that we're gonna flip that coin the right way. You know what I mean? So we're running 235 right now in the cash account. So hopefully this hits TP. Hopefully we earn a little bit while we, do this prop challenge. Crazy reaction. And Josh, I've been telling the stream, I don't know if you were here for it. I said we've been watching for the last, what time? 9 o'clock to when we got in, for a whole hour, from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. We've been watching the charts or the market set up for a trade. We've been watching it set up for a trade. And that's what we're seeing now. Hopefully we can get it to go lower. I'm not going to speak too early, but we definitely saw a move, right? We definitely saw the move that they're wanting to make happening right now. Now, we just need to be patient, and we need to just sit on our hands, right? We need to sit on our hands now, and the goal is just to win more times than we lose. So, Lord willing, they'll play out in our favor, and we just we don't ever get ahead of ourselves. I don't count this as a one trade, because we haven't won it. Anything can happen, right? And as simple as it sounds, though, all we have to do is show up every trading day of the month, take one setup a day if it shows up, and we just have to win more than we lose. That's the simple goal. That's the simple goal in trading. So I know, like, this is going to be the hardest thing you guys deal with on your journey, is on a day-to-day basis. When you take those setups, are you going to, get in the middle of things? Are you going to, like right now, are you going to move to break even? It's like, what if you move to break even, price takes you out and then comes down? It's like that messes up your results. It's like, what if you closed early? What if we close right now? It's like, these are things that you have to address when you make your strategy, and you have to say, I'm not gonna trade like that. I'm going to show up. I'm going to let the trade play out. Stop loss gets hit or take profit gets hit. Or if you're going to manage your trade, you have to address exactly how you're going to manage it ahead of time. That is the hardest thing, in my opinion, is trade management. And set and forget's a style of trade management. That's the style I've landed on. And some days it helps. Some days it hurts. But nothing's going to be perfect, so you have to pick what's sustainable long term. And for me, what's sustainable long term is doing at the least as possible, right? We want to do less. We don't want to do more. And so 1-to-1 risk to reward, you're gonna get, like, in my head, I want at least $1 for what I'm risking. And I know I don't have to touch the trade to get that. It just has to play out. It just has to play out. So prices drop down some, like we were anticipating, and we'll see if we can't get it to go all the way today. We're gonna hang out and just watch the trade together on the stream, hopefully until it resolves, and then we'll close out and all that. But as soon as that true break happened, guys, what happened? The bigger players put their orders into the market. It's crazy. When I tell you guys I had this breakthrough moment, and it's not like my previous breakthrough moments, I'm telling you, like, it's insane the how well this confirmation works to show you when the institutions are about to get in. You know, nothing really happened after that false break, and there's other false breaks and, all of that, but it's like now that we're actually at a true break, it's different, right? It's different. And I love IG giving me a tighter spread. Absolutely love that. Price hasn't finished its move though yet. It hasn't finished its move for us yet. We're approaching take profit, but we're not there, so we're not gonna count this as a win in the books yet. Prop account's still floating at 2 right now. And prop account is still floating this trade too. So Brandon, I don't know how to do that. I do know though on E8, all I do, and this is gonna sound crazy, I put where my entry was, and then I put a 15 pip stop and 15 pip take profit, and I just copy my profit level, and then I come over here and I go to the take profit and I put it in, and then it puts the profit level in for me. So I don't know, honestly, is my honest answer. Let's switch back to the chart right now. My kill zone all is during the it's 8:30 a.m. Eastern to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. So it's a 2-hour window, and it works out nice because like news comes out often at 8:30, and so we're able to trade it reactively. Yeah, Michael. Yeah, of course, brother. Of course, guys. So we got one more pip to go though. What did we talk about yesterday, Josh? The most stressful part of trading when you're one pip away from TP. But I feel a little less stressed knowing that I'm on the side of big money right now. Like, it's still not guaranteed, nothing's guaranteed. But I feel like just like when you're on the right side of the big money, like they're gonna get their 15 pips, right? In my eyes, in my opinion, at least that's the middle ground for me. Everyone can trade different. Could trade 10 pips, could trade, whatever. But my target is, you could even probably go for 20, but my target is in the middle. It's 15. Still wait. You see though, we're our take profit's like 5 pips from this level right here. And this level right here is, in my opinion, has like a magnet on it. It's 1.05. I think this is where they're trying to take price, 1.05. Look, you guys see this false break? That's how I know we're about to hit TP. No, I'm kidding. Let's not get like that. Let's not get in that headspace. Nothing's happened yet. Dance time it is. Yeah, Josh, don't say that. It is though. It is. Price wants to dance around your take profit. You could even see. I mean, it hit it here. Price did, not the spread. There's like a zero point 0.8 spread, zero point 0.8 pip spread there. I don't think it hit. Yeah, we didn't hit on the prop account either yet. It knows our take profits there, but it also just trying to put more stop losses, in my opinion. When you get a move in a certain direction, they try to get people to reverse it often, right? Probably try to get people to reverse it there, try to get people to reverse it, here, and then they just keep taking it lower and lower until they got everything out of it they wanted to. And so we're just trying to get a 15 pip portion of what they're trying to get, but they might be going for 50 pips or whatever long term, but there might be some ups and downs in the middle of that because they're trying to get more and more liquidity, right? That's why we're just looking for a quick day trade. Yeah, very very similar. Very similar. This is the tough part of trading though, is this part right here. This is the stuff where I'm telling you, like, you have to leave it, and it's like sometimes it's gonna hurt. You guys have no idea how many times I've had price come right here and turn around and hit stop. Granted, I was not trading the way I'm trading now, so I would say if it does happen these days, it's gonna be less frequent. But in the past, man, there's times price would get this close so many times. And when that I've had it happen 2 or 3 days in a row before, and when that happens, it's like you just you just beating yourself up. Hopefully it doesn't today, but like we can't control the markets. We can only control our execution and our management. And our management is set and forget, and just to come out with more wins at the end of all of our trading sample for the month, right? That's the goal. But if we get a bunch of partial wins or whatever, or a bunch of break evens on trades that ended up being winners, it's like that throws your whole month off. It's like, yes, you might get another loss in there here or there, but it's like long term, if you're going 1-to-1, like you got to simplify trading at some point or another. And the best way to simplify is you just need to win 1-to-1, and you need to win 3 out of 5 days out of the week, or basically just even one more trade for the month and you lose, right? If you win 12 trades for the month and lose 11, you're still up, right? That's how you have to look at it. That's how simple trading is when you trade 1-to-1, and just break it down like that. This is a good, Matthew, yeah, this would be a perfect place to put break even. For me though, I'm not. I made a commitment that I'm just like I was just talking about, just to go 1-to-1 and to let them play out. I believe I'm on the side of bigger money, and it's like whether we get it or not, that's gonna be part. That's gonna be part of it, right? This is stuff like because I'm looking at the bigger sample. Um, in break even trades, they cost you sometimes. You have to weigh the pros and cons. Like it would be a break even trade would be a pro if we put our stop loss here, and then price came up here, took break even, and then ended up going to our loss. But if you have 3 days in a row where you put break even and it goes like this, and then it takes you out and then goes straight to TP, that's gonna mess up your results, right, for the entire month. Now, if you came in to the trade and you're trying to manage it with break even and a trailing stop, and taking partials and all of that, that's great because that's what you plan on doing. For me, I personally am just flipping a coin, and heads I win, tails I lose, and we're just looking to hit or lose each day, right? Either or. And my goal and the way I look at at trading is I just need to win more than I lose, just one more than I lose, right? 6 out of 10 times. So, and that's how I have measurable results And it's like, it's sometimes it might not be in my best interest. Sometimes it might not. There's days where it most certainly isn't, but then there's days where it is. So it's whatever works for each person, really. Now, are they going to take price back up? They might, because if you look on the left side here, this is probably an inefficient. This is an inefficient market right here, and it needs to rebalance itself. But they don't have to do it right away. And like I said, the chart literally just sets up people to put stop losses. They just set people up to put stop losses. People are trying to buy back up. It's like the price probably will come back up and rebalance, but guess what? It's probably going to take everyone out and then go up. That's why I don't get worried about stuff like this. And even if it does rebalance, as soon as it hits this line, it can go shorter, because then it's efficient again. Because this entire range right here is supply. Like, a lot of people don't look at it like that, but that's all supply. And this point right here is technically where the market's inefficient, and it almost kind of actually came back up after breaking down and tapped into there. So, all right, I'll stop playing around with the chart and moving things around. Guys, the signal that the feeling that we're getting right now of, oh man, price looks like it's about to reverse. Price is consolidating. It looks like it's about to turn for a reversal. Price might go the other way. You have to start reanalyzing those feelings, right? The fact that I'm getting those feelings right now, that price might turn on us, it's retail feelings. We can call it retail feelings. Those feelings are a good indication that, okay, if I feel like price is about to reverse right now, I'm probably safe to be in this, and it's probably going to hit take profit. Why? Because these are the same feelings everyone else is getting right now, that price is about to turn. And guess what they're doing? They're putting their stops right below here. They're like, oh, we have a great opportunity to reverse price with a tight stop loss. Look at what a beautiful trade this could be, right? We can put our stop right here, and we can hit, you know, a 1 to 5 or whatever, and come back up, or even a 1 to 2, 1 to 3. So that feeling is just as much a signal to me that, okay, we're safe, right? Because that's retail feelings. You got to start addressing those retail feelings. I should make a video about that, talking about retail feelings. It's a good indication though that you're gonna be okay. Not like, just like anything else in trading, not guaranteed, but it's a good indication that it's gonna be all right. Josh, why did we talk about it dancing near our take profit though? Why did we do that? It's retail therapy. Oh man. It's been 2 hours. Our trading hours are pretty much ended here. No, you're good, Josh. You're good. It wasn't your fault. I started talking about it too. It was bound to do it anyway. It always is. It was bound to do it. There's orders at 1.05 for sure though. If you guys know the quarter theory, there's orders right there. Price is going there. I just don't. It doesn't have to just yet, but price is gonna. You'll watch price hit 1.05. within the next 24 hours at least. 24 to 48 hours. There's no way with CPI coming up that price doesn't get down there. We might have just hit on the prop account. Yeah, we did. We already hit on the prop account. Now we're just waiting for the spread to hit over here on the cash account. So we're safe in one of our accounts right now. That's probably stuff that could be a problem down the road, but not today. We're gonna hit TP right now. Watch. We're gonna hit it right now. Go. All right. Well, TP got hit on the prop account. We're up. I'll show you guys. We're up 4.5% right now. We're almost halfway there. It's only week 2. We just hit it on the what's it called? The cash account too. We just made $362.40. So while we're trading the prop account now, we just made $360. You guys can see too. Tasty FX right here. Funds. This is the account. Yeah, I don't know how to. There's a way to show. Yeah, you can see the account in here. It's not demo. I don't feel like I need to prove anyone though. It's not demo. I'm strictly trading. I'm not selling anything. People only show demo accounts when they're trying to sell people something. But you guys can see too on the prop account right here with E8, 52,238.80, and we just closed that position. We made 2% on that one. Just shy, $953. So we'll do the journal really quick, guys. We traded 6.67 to risk 2% to make 2% instead of 1.5. It's just a choice I had last night to do that. So right now we're 4 for 7 of our trades so far streaming again. I don't think I streamed that day, the Thursday last week. So profit, what did we make? We made 953.80. So plus 953.80. That's the first time we've seen pennies on this account. Usually it's just like dollars. It was kind of weird actually. And then we're at 52,000. We need to get to 55,000. We're at 52,238.80. And that's going to be a new high water mark as well. So we're going to mark that up as a new high water mark. And then that's going to be what we're trading tomorrow. I'll do the math really quick. I think it's just shy of a 2% gain for the day. 953. Now imagine this is funded. We would have just had a $1,300 day. That's how it's going to be once we are funded, right? $953 will be real. And you know, I'm glad we made the decision to trade the cash account alongside this too, because now we're earning off of all these profitable trades while we try to get funded. So we made a real $360 today, and then we just put 1,000 in towards the funding, right? So we made 1.85% on the prop account. So plus 1.85%. So we're 2 for 2 this week. Just need to win one more day this week to be profitable pretty much. And then we'll go to the cash account right here. And the cash account, this is our first trade on the cash account. Let's see where it's at. Do you guys take any trades this morning? Were you guys in euro at all? Let me see. We need it to be it's profitable. Where are we at now? We're at 8,363.40. Hopefully we get that up over 10K and then get like a 10K payout from the prop firm. And then now we have a 30K or 20K cash account. If we get between a 20 and 30K cash account, I think that's when it's going to start to take off. Cash account, we're 1 for 1 right now. And then what did we make? We made plus $362.40. And let's see. Okay, so you guys know me though. You guys don't have to do this, but I risk like just shy of 5% a trade on my cash account. Um, so just bear with me. Yeah, around 4.5%. So we made plus 4.53% on the cash account. Just because I know the numbers, 5% is my threshold. I can lose 5% in a day and it not really faze me. So, okay, let me bring back the charts. We are locked in, guys. You guys can see everything here clear as day. Yeah, we're done trading for the day. Price is coming down to 1.05 like we said. Let me drag it up. You guys can see this 1.05. Pop it out actually. There we go. But that's going to be it for the day, guys. This is our third win in a row. So we're plus 45 pips right now on this prop account. We're up 4.5%. So we just need a couple more wins, really. If we are trading at 2% risk, we really need 3 more wins. We could be funded this week if we catch wins the rest of the week. We'll see. But if you guys have any prayer requests, go ahead and leave them in the comments now. We're going to close out this stream in prayer. If you guys don't have any, it's all right. If you have something that's more personal, just pray for me. And we're going to continue to pray together on the streams in the morning. So I know there's sometimes a delay in the chat and when I say something, or at least it seems like that on my end. So I'll give it a few minutes and we'll just kind of sit here and just keep, we don't really need to watch the charts, but I'll just give you guys time to put any prayer requests if you have them. Of course, Matthew. Of course. We'll definitely pray for our trading. There's some people that might think that's like, why are you doing that? And it's like God wants to be involved with every single part of our lives, and God wants to be involved in our trading. And unless He is involved, we're only gonna get so far, right? Just Thanksgiving prayer. All right, Josh, for sure. Yeah, you got blessed big time. Thank you, John. Yeah, it's good to have you on here. It's good to have you guys on here. I'm super excited lately. Like I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. But we had this breakthrough last week and I'm just like, I know deep down that it makes sense. I'm seeing it right here on the chart institutionally. Like we got in as soon as the market kicked up. Look, nothing happened all morning. And then as soon as it gave us that confirmation, it went straight to take profit. And it's done that 3 days in a row ever since we had this breakthrough moment. So I'm just excited to continue this with you guys. I think we're going to be able to scale in a big way. Thank you guys for your support too. It means a lot. It helps me keep going. And I was kind of going to be done with YouTube, but I was like, let me just stream again. I don't need to, do all this extra stuff. I'll put out a video every now and then when I feel like there's a good value in it, but I was like, I just want to stream and I just want to just trade with people and talk to people while I trade. It helps me, it helps you guys, and, we're able to build a community and keep each other accountable. So we're going to close it in prayer though. And yeah, we'll be done for the day. So let me see. Prayer for trading, prayer for Thanksgiving. All right. Yeah, Father, we just come to you right now in the name of your Son, Jesus. We thank you for the things that you're teaching us, the things that you're showing us, and helping us to step into a new level in our trading. Father, we pray for your blessing upon it. We know that we'll only get so far by ourselves. We pray that that blessing, like we always talk about and always pray about, doesn't just stop with us, but gets extended to other people. Father, help us to really show the fruit of our spirit in our trading, self-control and patience, and help us to kind of do things from, the way you teach, God, in simplicity, and not overcomplicate things, but really unlearn the things that, are getting in our way, and to just do less overall. Father, we just pray for Joshua as he steps into this next season, the new job he got. We thank you for the blessing that you've blessed him with in his life with this new job and new opportunity. Help him to work this new job like he's working it for you, and just show him your favor and grace as he just commits everything that he does to you. on a daily basis, whether it be with work, trading, or whatever. Just show him how involved you are in every area of his life and how involved you want to be, even in the little things. Father, we involve you in our trading. We give glory to the name of Jesus. We thank you for what he did for us on the cross. We thank you that you're showing us the way to live an abundant life here on earth, but also showing us the knowledge that you provided an abundant eternity for us when we leave this earth. God, we love you and we need you, and we thank you for this community, and we pray that it keeps, that you bring the right people into this community and you keep the wrong people out of it. That way we can have the right place, a strong place in you, God, that continues to grow on your principles and can just continue to have good conversation about your word. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for praying with me. Lewis, of course, brother. I hope this adds value to you guys more than anything else. You guys add value to me. You guys keep me accountable. Who knows what I would have done, in this time period if I wasn't able to sit here and talk through this period with you guys, right? That was a period of it was a period of like 12 minutes where price just messed around right by, buy or take profit. We could have done anything in between to get in the middle of this trade and ruin things, but instead we were able to sit here and talk about it, right? So you guys helped me just as much as, some of this might help you guys. So love you guys. Thank you, Pip Sniper. Amen. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back. It will be Wednesday CPI, so we're gonna be looking to trade it reactively, and it could be a shorter trade. Like we saw the trade on NFP, we traded reactively, right here, and you saw it was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was it was a 9-minute trade, so we could see something quicker like that tomorrow, but at the same time trading it reactively, of course. So I love you guys.